Okay, I'm ready. Welcome back to another episode of the O Show. I'm O and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, so I know I've been missing on YouTube for like weeks. I have been super lazy, I'm not gonna lie. But I've been watching a lot of stuff, so I have material that is gonna last me for like the next month or two, depending on how frequently I film a video. But I'm gonna do my best to be in your living rooms and your phones and on your TV more frequently. So today we are going to talk about the movie The Whale. And I have some amazing news for you. Okay, we have a special guest. Yes, special guest. And let's see if we get this guest on now. Okay, producer Dee Dee, do your thing. Okay, everyone. I think this is working. Is my special guest there? Hello, Evette.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Yes, for
All right.
sure.
All right, everyone. So we are going to talk about The Whale, which was released in 2022. And yes, we're a little late. The Oscars have already been passed out and everything. But
Oh yeah.
It was a good movie, and let's talk. So, all right, so the movie starts off with Charlie, played by Brendan Fraser, and it's very scandalous. He is watching a little porno flick. And he gets a knock at the door, and it ends up being like this missionary boy trying to save his life. Um, but other than that, the movie is about a man who's morbidly obese, and we learned that he has this estranged daughter who she got kicked out of school, but they were going to let her graduate and if she was able to produce some work for one of her classes. So it ends up being like this essay that she needs to write. Um, there's also a character named Liz, and Liz is like, okay, is she like a nurse? Like does
She's
she?
kind of like a caregiver slash, the sister of Alan.
Okay, because at first I was like, what is her job? Like, is she like a full-time nurse? She's talking about going to work and working somewhere else, and then she comes and like checks his vitals.
Yeah. I think she just kind of checks in on him, just make sure he's okay. Kind of a like check in on kind of nurse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So even though she's checking his vitals, she is that person who still comes over and sneaks like Subway sandwiches and meatball sandwiches
So
when
an
she gets like
enabler,
this food, and she's all like, "But he's going to die." You're like, okay.
basically. Yeah.
um, and what else? So he's trying to get this relationship going with his daughter, who he hasn't seen since she was a child, because he divorced her mom and started a relationship with a man named Alan. And Alan died. And after Alan's passing, that is pretty much when Charlie started really gaining his weight. Never leaves the house. He's also a teacher at a college, and he's doing these Zoom calls with his students, and states that, oh, my monitor isn't working, my camera, and so he's the only one with his camera off because he doesn't want to show what he looks like to his students.
Yeah.
Um, and so as the movie goes on, pretty much, now that I
Yeah.
think about it, like the movie, that's really it. Like,
No, well, I can kind of add into my side of what I saw. So yeah, like you were saying, Brendan Fraser plays Charlie. Sadie Sink, from Stranger Things. She plays Ellie, his daughter, and then Hong Chow, I think her name is. I'm probably
Sun
butchering the
Chow,
name.
yeah.
She plays Liz, who she's actually Alan's sister,
Mm-hmm.
um, the one who died. And then Thomas is the Mister New Life missionary kid who tries to help him in the beginning, as you were saying. And he was doing some scandalous thing in the in the beginning, We can't give
Mhm.
it away too much, I guess. Spoiler alert. No. Um, but anyway, they kind of have like this weird, I don't know if it was a friendship or not, but it was something. Just saying. I think he just wanted to help him. But as we know at the end, it was kind of trying to help him, but it almost like was like not because with the whole religion thing, he's telling him it's not cool to be gay, basically,
Mhm.
and that he's disgusting for what he's done. And that was pretty bad to me. You know what I mean? I didn't really care for that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, that's pretty bad. And the fact that, Charlie's just feeling like really down in the dumps because everything's not going right with his daughter, really, and he's trying his best. And, then he's binge eating like really bad, like the pizza, like there's two boxes of pizza.
Right.
I mean, that was crazy. But and then he kind of gets a glimpse of Dan, finally, the pizza guy, because he just says, hi, real quick,
Who's
and
like
leaves.
disgusted when he finally sees him and runs away, which is so crazy.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad. It's like, wow, it is. If I was a pizza guy and I saw someone come out to the door like that, I wouldn't so much be disgusted. I'd just be like concerned. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? I'd be like, are you okay? You
Right.
know what I mean? So it kind of like made me like sad for him, and then him binge eating all that food and just sucking in all his pain. But I like that he also had his students, write something honest, you know, and then he showed his honesty by turning the camera on and
After get,
showing,
after getting fired,
yeah,
he sent a
showing
crazy
his,
ass email.
yeah, showing his whole, all his students, hey, this is how I really look, and then he breaks his computer. Thank you.
Right. Let me rewind back to this Thomas character.
Yes.
So, speaking of Thomas, the missionary boy who's trying to save the world, um, I don't think we needed that character, to tell you the
I
truth.
don't think so either. And then um when you said missionary, it made me think of something else, but never mind.
Mhm.
Sorry. Well, how it began, you know what I'm saying? Just saying.
But
Uh,
oh, and super side note, I was looking at this kid, right, and I was like, oh, he looks so familiar. Then I
mhm.
realized that's the kid that played Dalton in the Insidious movies, and
Oh
he was
yeah, you're
also
right. Oh my
right,
God,
like it was just
yes.
driving me crazy. And
Oh
he's
my God,
also
he
the
is.
little brother in Jurassic World. Like I know he's done like
Oh
other things,
wow. I did not realize it was him until
right?
you
Like he got to
just
look
said it.
older.
The
Not that he's like
eyes.
super old,
It's
but
his eyes that
yeah,
gave it away.
it was the facial features.
Oh
I was
my
like, I
God.
know this guy from somewhere.
Wow. Thanks
Um,
for bringing that up because I did not remember that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, when I think about it, like his whole role in it, because then there's this whole side story of him stealing money from his group, and then he went from like Ohio to Idaho, which is where this is all taking place.
Yeah.
And then Ellie, which we'll talk about Ellie in a minute,
Yeah.
like videotapes him, records him, sends all that stuff to his people, and then they accept him, and it's just this whole story that I feel like we did not need.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought his part had nothing really, what's the word I'm looking for? It gave nothing to the story of him and his daughter at all,
Right,
or his lover,
right.
nothing.
Like the movie could have
Except the
just been
fact that he
about the
was
daughter and
against
Liz.
yeah, except for the fact that he was against him being gay.
Yeah.
And the church pretty much, uh, forced Alan to kill himself or die.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. I think that's what it came to, that he died because when Liz was talking to him at the end, before things went down, remember she said he could have jumped off the bridge a long time ago. So I took that as suicide.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it
Mm-hmm.
just sucks that people can't accept people for who they are. you know,
Right.
God loves us all. I'm sorry, but that's just what I feel. But
Yeah.
anywho, yeah, but I feel like yeah, it definitely was not needed. I agree.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
And then you have Ellie, played by Sadie Sink, and I just wanted to slap that bitch. Like, uh, teenagers, I swear. Like, okay, I like the storyline between them and like everything he was doing with the essay, and then it ends up being like her essay from back in the day. She didn't realize it to take the time to read it. Um,
Hmm.
I feel like it's just really weird that after all this time, she just pops up one day. Like there's this whole like Monday through Friday time frame happening in the movie, and then
Hmm.
okay, whatever. But she just pops up one day. Like I feel like maybe she could have been like, we got back together a couple years ago and you just haven't reached out to me in like 6 months. Like, what's up? Like, I could have
Yeah.
believed that, but then just pop it up, being like, hey, I'm here, and then have an attitude sitting on my sofa with your stank face.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like wondered that myself. Like, I like the movie um as the storyline, like him trying to connect with his daughter, but then you wonder, yeah, why did she just show up?
Yeah, it's super weird.
But then again, it does tip me off when the mom shows up with Liz,
Yeah,
and it's because she somehow found out she gave him pills, but how did she know?
right. That was weird too.
That's something that threw me off also. So it's like there's some like parts of the movie that you're gonna be like, okay, how did they find out? I'm confused. Maybe she said something. Oh no, I think I know how it is. Maybe she posted some pictures or something on her website. Remember, she likes taking pictures of everybody. So her mother could have found out that way, but they didn't
yeah.
explain it, maybe. And that's probably why she came all the way to the house. And it's like, you didn't tell her about the money, remember? Like she was aware of it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe she just really thought, her failing in school was because of her disconnection from her father. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but there was a little bit of a like black hole in some spots of the movie. Like we don't
Hmm.
know how it happened or why it happened, you
Yeah.
know? That I would say, yeah, that's a little kind of confusing. you know.
I am curious to see how much, because apparently this was a play. So the
Was
movie is
it?
based on a play. Yeah, I thought it was in the credits.
Was it a play? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention to
Yeah, it
that.
was a play that's now become a movie.
Mhm.
Because one thing too, and I love the way it's just in this one apartment, like you don't really go
Yeah,
nowhere or anything, but you can
exactly.
kind of tell it is too because of the way like the setup is, and
Mhm.
like the way that the camera kind of goes around the sofa. It
Yeah,
gives like this play vibe, and then like there's
yeah.
knock at the door, like, oh, and
Hmm.
it was kind of like watching a big play. So I wonder like
Yeah,
how much difference there was. Like, was it word for word? Did they change some things? Um,
yeah. I
but yeah, there
wonder.
was a couple things, and then you can kind of just sit there and wonder, like, what?
I agree. Yeah, it is definitely confusing in some spots where like that happened. I question everything. Like your barbarian review. I was like, what?
I just watched that movie again the other day too. It was
I'm
on
gonna tell
TV.
you, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I still don't like it. Okay, still 1 star for me. Like,
The more and more I watch it, the more and more I keep like,
more of a train wreck that is. Yes. But anyway, we could agree to disagree. We'll move on.
all
Okay.
right, let's talk about Liz. Like, so,
Yes.
what's her name? Hong Chow is Liz. Like, I thought she did
Mhm.
a really, really good job.
Great.
And I do remember her being nominated for Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars. She didn't win, but
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah, I thought she did a really good job. I
So
could
you
just watch
can,
those two alone, just them two, just reenacting with each
yeah.
other.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she made you want to cry with her. Like I got emotional and she started to pull her emotions out. I'm like, wow, she like bring me there. Like
Uh-huh.
Sadie Sink though, I have to say, this girl can act. She had that angry teen thing down really well. She
Hmm.
really made you believe she was very angry. Like
Right.
like she's a good actress. And Brendan, I mean, how much more can we say? I want to hear what you thought.
Oh my God. I used to just remember watching him as a kid, like all the movies he was in. Like he was one of my favorite actors.
Me
And I
too.
do have to say, like, when he gets serious, he gets serious. Like I remember like
He's great.
School Ties.
Hmm.
There was another movie he was can't think of the name
Encino
of it right
Man
now.
is one of my favorites.
But when he gets like serious, He is
Hmm.
serious. I thought he was well deserving of all the praise he's been getting for this
Oh
role.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like to wear that big old bodysuit and look realistic
Mm-hmm.
and him struggling in it, it made you feel like he really was that big.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty amazing. Whoever did that makeup,
Mm-hmm.
whoever that is, deserves an award, and I hope they won because that was super like well done, and
Yeah.
you couldn't even see where it ended or started.
Yeah.
Like that's how good. And his hands, you
Mm-hmm.
know darn well his hands and feet were not that big. So to make it look like they were that fat, like for me, that's some good makeup job.
Oh yeah. And each time he had like one of those like heart attack moments, like I was just on the edge of my, oh my god, he's gonna fall. He's gonna
This
fall
movie's
across
over
the
now.
floor. Right. And I was like, oh no. Like
He's gonna
he's
die
giving me
already.
panic attacks. Like I was believing it.
Well, when Liz gave him that big old bucket of chicken, I thought he was gonna, die right there. Like, Jesus Christ, do you know how much oil is in there? I'm just saying, that's a huge bucket of chicken, buddy, and the
Oh
two
my
pizza
god.
box. I'm like, come on, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe he
It was
figured,
pretty
hey,
good.
I'm dying anyway. I might as well go out with a bang, or my heart stops.
Okay.
One of
Like
those.
like that one scene where he gets the key to go into the bedroom and he drops the
Yeah.
key. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, it's gonna be like 10 minutes of a scene of him getting on the floor and getting back up, but he never does. Playing it good.
And he's sweating his ass off just trying to get a key. I'm not trying to make fun of him or anything. I'm just saying, like, wow, that's an intense moment.
I
Him trying to get a
know.
key under a washing machine. But
Oh my
did you
god,
see
that
him doing
struggle is
any
real.
laundry? I didn't see any of that. But uh, the house was a mess. Just saying.
Yeah.
His room, especially. Woo. Okay. And my question is, Liz, it's nice that she checked in on him, but it's not nice that she gave him all this food. She was an enabler, and that kind of bothered me a bit. Why do you give a crap? Like, see, I have my points of the movie. You care about him, right? You're checking in
Mhm.
on him, checking his vitals, all that. And then you're like, oh, your breathing sounds really bad. Then why are you giving him two damn sub sandwiches?
Right. Right. And then when people are like
Exactly.
helping, she's like, well, he's gonna die anyway. Like you're helping
Might
him.
as well just make him comfortable, but he can't even fucking breathe. I'm sorry, excuse me. You gotta
Oh,
bleep me out. Sorry.
no, you're good. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay.
I think we could get strikes for that. Sorry.
um, but overall, I'm not gonna say it was like the best movie. Like I'm trying to remember if it was even nominated for like best picture. Like I wouldn't even say it was like a best picture, like because of like so many other not plot holes, but just those little things. You're just like, what? Um,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
like we said, like the Thomas character, like there was just too much happening. There was too much happening. The story was just kind of full for the short amount of time that it was. But as far as like the acting was really good.
Superb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserved that award for sure. That was a pretty intense role that he took on, and I don't think just anyone could have done it. I'll be honest with you. It's not an easy task. I bet you he felt like he was really that big,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like he struggled in it, whatever it was. But I want to say at the end, because I think we want to just caption that, Sadie does come, well, there was some kind of an argument, right, with the mom and Charlie, and she kind of like got all angry at him for leaving and all this stuff, and then she stormed out. And then that's where he had like his little cry moment, and just kind of fell asleep. And then the next day, Sadie comes barging in after he's there sitting talking to Liz, and she's just pretty much stating how much she hates her father and all this stuff, and how can you give me a paper that failed me, or like she failed on her own. It wasn't her dad.
Pretty
Just
much.
saying, do your own damn work. Okay, pay
Right.
attention to what you're doing. Yeah, so anyway, he, as a last plea, he makes her, read that essay to him, and then you see him pretty much go in a specific way.
Yeah.
Can't say exactly how. We'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was the only way. Like, I see what happened. She was angry as hell, saying all these really mean things, but at the same time, she loved her dad. I could tell. And you felt like all he wanted her, because remember in the beginning, she said, "Get up and walk to me. Don't use your walker. Don't do this," and he couldn't do it. And then at
Yeah.
the very end, he was able to.
Yeah.
So that's like a stepping stone to like, okay, I finally made peace with you, and now I'm gonna go.
Right.
That's what I felt off of that ending. But yeah, there was some parts of the movie that really weren't needed. And I just feel like it was a good movie. I'm not gonna say to pass on it. I will never say that. I say definitely watch it. It can get you emotional.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
emotional.
I agree.
But yeah, there are some parts where I would have probably like just took that out. But all in all, I still think it was a great film. It
Yeah.
was worth a watch. For sure.
Yep. 100% agree.
Yep.
All right. So we have come to the point of the show where we rate the movie. So what you got to rate this movie with?
I have. Oh Lord. Okay, I got because I don't have alcohol in the house. So I'm gonna use some vegan chocolate. I know, don't laugh at me. Hazelnut butter. It's dark chocolate, so let's hope this doesn't taste horrible.
I mean,
And you have
I got my shot glasses behind me, of course.
mhm.
So I think just with again the things we talked about with the storyline, I'm gonna give this movie 3 shots.
Okay. I wanna say I can't break this in half. I wanna say it's 3.5 for me. I wouldn't go the full 4 or the 5. I will give for the performances and the pain and the feeling that I got and the kind of like connections. I want to say 3.5.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
think that we're both fair,
Right.
right?
All right. So I have to take 2 of my shots. You can eat your chocolate. Cheers. Today's shot is what was this? This is Malibu watermelon.
I wish I was there
Mm.
drinking that with you. It sounds delicious. I have some blue water, but it's actually life water that I put some stuff in. You know what? The chocolate's good, guys. Just in case you want something, if you're vegan and you like chocolate, it's pretty good.
Ooh, it sounds
Mm-mm-mm.
good. Like hazelnut butter.
Mm-hmm. And it's dark.
Ooh,
It's really good.
dark
I know
chocolate.
you can't have chocolate
I
for
can't.
sure. Aw.
All right, well, that was fun. I want to give a shout out again to my friend Evette, my homie from high school. Okay, everyone, so that was my review of The Whale. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video. And until next time, TTFN.